Hello and welcome back to Betting School from the Form Guide. This is Course 3, Value Betting, and it is the course the first two were built for. Course 1 taught you to turn any price into a percentage. Course 2 showed you the margin hiding inside every book and how to strip it out. Today those tools finally earn their keep, because we are going after the only edge that exists. Here is the roadmap. First, the biggest myth in betting, that the job is picking winners, and the pennies that demolish it. Then expected value in plain English, what an 8% edge actually means across 100 bets. Then where value comes from, why picking winners and making money are two different skills, and how to spot value with no model at all, just course 2's arithmetic. Then variance, the brutal middle chapter, then an honest chapter that may talk you out of betting seriously altogether, and will mean it kindly. Recap and home, kettle on, let's go and kill a myth. Here is the myth, and nearly everyone in this game carries it in their coat pocket, that betting well means picking winners. Ask a punter how the season is going and they will tell you how many winners they found, never what prices they took. But the ledger doesn't pay out on winners, it pays out on prices. A winner backed at the wrong price is a losing bet that happened to come in. A beaten horse backed at the right price is a winning bet that happened to lose. And if that sounds like a word game, stay with me. In the next scene, we put actual pennies on it, and pennies don't argue. Time to put money on the myth and pretend money, the safest kind there is. 2 horses, one wins 4 races in every 10 and the crowd adores it. The other wins 2 in 10 and nobody is talking about it at all. Let's give each a price, stake an imaginary pound, and see which one actually pays for the biscuits. Let's price the myth as a pound at 6 to 4 returns £2.50 when it wins. The stake back plus 150 of profit if the horse truly wins 40 times in 100. Then £100 staked brings back 40 times 250, £100 exactly. Dead level. A lifetime of backing winners for nothing. And level was the fair price. After course 2, you know the shop rarely offers it. Take 5 to 4 about the same animal and 40 wins return. 40 times 2, 25, £90. 10 pence in every pound gone. Now the outsider. 8 to 1 returns £9 for each pound staked. A 20% chance wins 20 times in 100, and 20 times 9 is £180 back. 80 pence of profit per pound from a horse that loses 4 times out of 5. Let's bolt down why the bars came out that way, because it is the course 1 reflex working overtime. 6 to 4 implies 40%. So 40% is the break-even line. Win exactly that often and you merely tread water, and the margin usually leaves you treading below it. 8 to 1 implies 11.1%. Win more often than that and you profit. Our outsider wins 20% of the time. Nearly double its break-even, which is why its bar towers over the rest of the face. The gap between a true chance and the chance the price implies has a name: edge. And notice where the edge lives, and not in the horse, not in the winning, but in the price. Value betting is the whole craft of finding that gap. Expected value is the least scary piece of jargon in betting. So let's tame it now. It simply means the average result of a bet if you could replay it forever. A plus 8% edge says that on average, every pound staked comes back as £1 and 8 pence. 8 pence of expected profit. Not on any single bet. Single bets pay in full or vanish entirely, nothing in between. But across £110 bets, £1,000 through the till, an 8% edge expects roughly £80 of profit, and the margin from course 2 is exactly the same idea with the sign flipped. A built-in -5 or so pence on every pound. Every bet ever struck is one of these 2 numbers wearing a disguise. Let's simulate it honestly, because the honest version wobbles. One punter bets £1 at a time with an 8% edge. Another pays a typical 5% margin. After 25 bets, our edge better holds 103% of stakes, ahead but barely. Then the cold run. By bet 50, the line has sunk to 96, below break even in the red, with a genuine edge the whole time. By 75, it has climbed back to 105, and after the full 100, it sits at 108. £8 of profit per 100 staked, exactly what the edge promised, arriving nothing like a salary. The margin payer finishes on 95. Here's the line wobbled too, and it just wobbled around a losing average. So if value is the whole job, the obvious question is where it comes from. A betting market isn't a machine, it's a crowd with a till. And crowds, bless them, have habits. Predictable, occasionally exploitable habits. Let's name the 3 blind spots where wrong prices are most often born. A market price is the average opinion of everyone who has bet a crowd. And crowds are mostly right, which is exactly why beating them is hard. But mostly is not always. First, the crowd is slow on late information. Overnight rain turns the going. A jockey switches. A Gallup report does the rounds. And for a short window, the price hasn't caught up with the news. Second, the crowd overreacts to stories. The hyped horse from the fashionable yard. The flashy last-time winner on every tipping page. Loved a shade beyond its true chance and priced a shade too short. Third, the crowd underrates the boring. Consistent, unfashionable sorts who simply keep running their race. Value is rarely loud. It hides exactly where the attention isn't. Here is the cleanest proof that picking winners and making money are 2 different skills. Imagine a punter who backs nothing but 1 to 10 favourites. And imagine they are brilliant at it, winning 90 races in every 100. Each win at 1 to 10 earns 10 pence on the pound. So 90 winners collect £9 of profit. The 10 losers cost £1 each. £10 gone. Net result minus £1 for every 100 staked. A 90% win rate quietly bleeding. Why? Because 1 to 10 implies 90.9% and 90 sits underneath it. The forecasting was superb. The price paid for it was still wrong. Winners are vanity. The price you beat is the business. Let's put our brilliant broke forecaster on screen. The green bar is the strike rate. 90%, or a number any tipster would frame on the wall. The gold bar just above it is the one that matters, 90.9. The strike rate 1 to 10 actually demands before a penny of profit appears. 90 sits under 90.9, and that whisker of a gap is fatal. The red bar is the season's takings. For every £100 through the till, 99 come back. £1 lost per 100 over and over, while winning 9 bets in every 10. If you keep one picture from this course, make it this one. Being right is not the same as being paid. Now, the practical chapter, you don't run a probability model and you don't need to, because course 2 already handed you a free one. The market itself, devalued, is the best free estimate of true chances on Earth. Here's how to hold any single price up against it and see the gap. The method takes 3 steps and a comparison screen. Step 1, pull up every bookmaker's price on the race. The odds comparison sites lay them out free of charge. Step 2, defig the market exactly as course 2 taught. Convert each price to a percentage, sum the book, divide every runner by the total until the race sums to 100 and you are holding the crowd's honest opinion. Step 3, walk along your horse's row and compare each book's implied percentage with that honest number. Most prices imply more than the honest chance. That's the margin doing its job. But occasionally one book has drifted out of line, implying less. That stray price is a value candidate, and it looks like this. Here is a worked example shaped like a real Saturday. Our horse's devigged consensus across the whole market comes out at 22%. The crowd's honest opinion, margin removed, roughly 7 to 2 in old money. The shortest book on the street has her at 3 to 1, implying 25%. 3 points dearer than the honest opinion. And that bar is red because backing there means paying well over the odds. But one book has drifted to 4 to 1, implying 20%. 2 points less than the honest chance. Take 4 to 1 and the sums say 22% of the time you collect £5 for each pound staked, which averages £1.10 back. 10 pence of expected profit per pound. Small, real and found with no model at all. Just course 2's arithmetic pointed at a screen. And now the chapter that saves you from yourself. because everything so far has made value betting sound like arithmetic. And arithmetic pays on time. Variance is the reason it doesn't. This is the brutal middle of the course, and we are not going to soften it. Here is what variance means in the trenches. An 8% edge is a whisper on every bet, not a shout. And luck speaks far louder over any week, most months, and occasionally a whole season. Even flawless value betting produces losing runs that feel personal. 15 losers on the spin sits comfortably within normal for anyone taking prices in this game. So sequences, not single bets, are the only honest unit of judgment. Hundreds of bets, not Saturday's 4. Most people who abandon a genuine edge abandon it in the middle of a downswing the maths had fully predicted. And the responsible line said plainly, if a losing month would touch your rent, your bills or your sleep, the stakes are wrong or the hobby is. One value better, one full year, pence back per pound staked in 2-month blocks. January and February, 108, a lovely start. March and April, 91. May and June, 89. 4 consecutive months under the line. The method looking broken. The group chat gone quiet. Then July and August, 119. September and October, 104. November and December, 113. And the gold bar is the whole year, 104. 4% of profit on everything staked, which in this game is a genuinely good year. But look at where the year was decided, not in the winning months. In June, by not abandoning the method. Same better, same edge. Every single month. The only thing that changed was luck's schedule. Every betting school course carries an honest chapter, and this one carries the most honest of the lot. We have shown you the only edge that exists. Now we owe you the other half of the truth. What it costs to actually collect it. And why, for most people, the right answer is not to try. So here is the truth we owe you. To make money betting, you must beat the margin, 5 to 15 points of tax before you have started, with an edge found faster than a professional market moves. Then you must survive variance that will spend whole months impersonating failure. Then you need the discipline to never chase, never double up, never tilt. Margin, variance, discipline. That gauntlet beats almost everyone who walks into it, including plenty who understood the maths perfectly. And that is completely fine, because betting seriously was never an entry requirement for loving this sport. The shows are free, the models' numbers are free, and the puzzle is the best part anyway. If you do bet, keep it small, keep it fun, and use only money that matters to nobody. And plenty of people are genuinely happiest, never betting at all. Let's carve the course into stone. The job is not picking winners, and it is finding prices that are wrong. A 40% horse at 6 to 4 merely breaks even and loses at the 5 to 4. The margin usually leaves you. A 20% horse at 8 to 1 returns £180 per 100 staked, while losing 4 races in every 5. Expected value puts a number on that. A plus 8% edge means 8 pence per pound, paid out over sequences, never on schedule. Value comes from the crowd's blind spots, late information, hyped horses shaved too short, boring ones allowed to drift. You can hunt it with no model at all. Devig the market, course 2 style, and look for the stray price that implies less than the honest consensus. And variance is the toll on the whole road. Losing months live inside winning years, so judge any method over hundreds of bets. Or simply watch for free with us. And that completes course 3. This is the summit of the opening trilogy. Odds gave you the language, the overround showed you the tax, and today you learnt the only edge that exists, the gap between a true chance and the chance a price implies. You can now explain why a 90% win rate can bleed money, put a number on an edge, hunt value with nothing but a devigged market, and stand still while variance does its worst. Next time we add the professionals scoreboard, closing line value, how professionals keep score. The single cleanest test of whether your prices genuinely beat the market. Subscribe so it lands in your feed, and the daily shows 7, midday, 4, 4 and 10 will keep your eye in between courses. Now, the serious bit, said with love, and today it matters more than ever. Everything in betting school is education and opinion only, never financial advice and never an instruction to bet. This course showed you the edge precisely so you would respect how rare it is. Betting is for adults aged 18 and over, only ever with money and time you can comfortably spare. And for most people, the best seat in the house is watching the puzzle, not paying for it. If it stops being fun or starts to feel like a need, talk to someone. That is begambleaware.org. Thank you for studying with me. See you in course 4.